Say, bro, check your uniform for me. See, that's the reason why I'm telling you to check.
June 7th.
Oh.
I think 1995.
Seven,
Oh, that one.
75th anniversary. Okay. I like those two. I wish we had some blue pants like the blue tops. I would prefer that, but I can deal with this all the way. Okay, let's see. McCarthy. Nope. You know what? We're not going to do that today. We're going with that 4-6.
I thought he was a pass leader.
Yeah, but we got some great pass defenses in there. Last time I realized why I gave up 200 yards rushing. I put my
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
To throw right away is Howell. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Cowboy defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL. And they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch somehow. They couldn't there, and it's an opening drive, first down.
Line of scrimmage moves from 137-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Howell down to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Second and 10. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys deep. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Howell. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Another throw for Howell. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They'll start out here with the option left.
Well, we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He's got a man, it's his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
2nd and 12 at the 50-yard line.
Prescott now from the 50. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders
Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
A good pickup there, 22. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And Howe will throw it.
And he will find his man, Samuel. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, 1st down.
And that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride too, you know. 3 straight 1st down type plays. Yeah.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Mason. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The Cowboys hit 3-7 now in the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And now a fake there on the jet sweep as he'll give to Pollard.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
End of the 1st quarter with the score. Commanders 7, Cowboys 0.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
They'll set up the screen to Vaughn.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
It's 4th down.
Here's Vaughn. They'll run for it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here, punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away, let your defense take over with better field position.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further.
So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
Back at the 25-yard line.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide.
Prescott to throw it.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
At the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Howell, he'll look to throw it.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Howell. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. Touchdown! Austin Eckler, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Hey, 47.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go, 47.
Cooks motions to the left.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
6 yards. That's good for a Cowboys.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Prescott now.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. And Prescott, he's going to change things up here.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
Lamb will go in motion.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Good.
Now Prescott on 4th down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. They find some open field here. 20. Touchdown, Washington.
Austin Eckler.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That is caught by Lamb.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott.
And he'll go right back to Lamb.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Kill. 47.
1st down, Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
It's 2nd down.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of
Down 24.
So we've hit intermission. It's
We get the ball
halftime.
first.
This is the
Let's go.
NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Hard running at the 15. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
God, we said we were going to spread these dudes out today. It's our first time doing it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here.
Boy, City would have came over with that.
Fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone,
City
and
would have
do
come
it
over
again
with that
multiple
catch.
times in order to have a chance to win this game.
After
yeah,
the
Ferguson, we
incomplete
want to
pass
get you
here
the
now
ball.
is 2nd and 10. Lamb will go in motion. So they'll fake the jet sweep, and now off play action. It's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Okay, so we know not to run that one
They'll
anymore.
go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Prescott off play action. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Intercepted by Washington. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A give, Eckler running to the right, and just no chance of
That
turning
dude
the
makes
corner.
some
He can
plays.
only get
So
back
glad
to
I
the
made
line
that
of scrimmage.
change.
2nd and 10 coming up.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. 3rd and 19.
That's what we do.
3rd and long. Here's Howell.
Incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive.
Okay, but now we finally start getting the pressure we've been wanting, though. You see the difference? Like, that pressure comes hard. That's how it's supposed to come right
They
there.
had 6 points that they were thinking about.
A 7-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. Those bombs away right there. And the lead increases even further. It's 27 to
So
nothing now.
if we bring him in, he bring us back 28 down, he's going to be the starter for the rest of the
Charles, but it does
franchise,
translate into
right?
3 points to begin the
Okay, here
second
we go.
half.
Exactly
Not
as
going
they
to forget to bring
discussed.
him in this time. Here we go. Dak, you the number 2 passing quarterback in football, man, and we literally talk about benching you, man, for this dude. Let's see
Halftime.
what we
Get some
got.
points to get things
All right, let's take over play
Now
call.
start your half off with some momentum.
Why?
Gives you
Why
something
would
to
you
build
bench
on
him
for
if
your
he's
next
your number 2
possession.
pass? Like, 'cause if he's number 2, then you can just start matching
The
him.
Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, first, sometimes,
We haven't
like,
exactly
when you
been
take them
treated
out,
to a nail-biter
they get
in
a
this
chance
one,
to kind of
CD,
get
and
the
if they cannot score here,
not great stuff out.
this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about
To the
getting
ball,
out of here,
so
maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole
You see
lot
how
of
that
reason to
corner
hang
was
around,
just
especially if
like
they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right
dogging
about
me.
that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Oh, and for the first time this season, he's intercepted. He's on his way. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, we might need that
The
back.
Commanders take over first and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
You just do good. If you give me the target,
Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Throwing here, Howell. And this will be incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Now Howell. That is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. It's down this close to the goal line. 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Touchdown, Washington.
Slide for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score. Commanders 34.
We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't move the ball with different people. We got
Out is
stuck
the
in
kickoff
Monday.
unit as they run up and send this one away.
is that coming back?
I'm just going to move it out.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot
I
get this
know,
out to the
bro. I know.
25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run left with Pollard.
How in the world could they be crashing to that side?
The line of scrimmage.
How can
And
you
the
know where
offense
we're
moving quickly to
going?
the line.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Now Lance wants to change him up.
I thought Mommy just got up. That was Naya again.
10 cycles. Ready?
Lance to throw on 2nd down here. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that
I
could be
like what I see.
incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
She is.
Slide through.
Throwing his lance on third down. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's
Somebody open.
taken down. Montez Sweat. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single
What?
punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it saved me yesterday because the dude was blitzing the cornerback.
And the Commanders
And so I was able to hit him for a touchdown. Yes, on the outside. It was so cool.
The Washington offense at the line. And
Good morning.
A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well for the deep.
He's got him in. Complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 82 yards. And the Commanders continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point by Slide. Looking good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a...
Like the first time they didn't read the direction I was running in. Like it was like unbelievable, man, that the defense didn't just automatically shift to the direction I was going. Now, if he guessing, man, boy, he is phenomenal at this. I'm talking about every time I was running it, man, that defense would, like he was run committing to that direction.
Second and a couple. Here's Pollard again.
That's a whole lot better.
He's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Yeah, boy, the running backs are disappointed in the game plan going into this.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We do early and often.
From the 35, here's a second and 7. And now they'll throw with Lance. Oh, that'll be incomplete.
Just one more second, Schumacher would have got your first catch.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On third down, it's Pollard. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that shoots it. And they're going to set up shop.
Did it say user strip again?
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit more. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Washington.
Austin Eckler.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season.
And the Commanders extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Now Joey Sly for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Commanders 48, Cowboys 0.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Set, ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. This is brought in at the 21. 47-yard punt, a return of 4.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Way more than that.
They'll go play action. Howell. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
A handoff, it's Eckler. There he goes, left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
159 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Sly on for the extra point.
And this one was
Hello,
over a
Naya
while
Papai.
ago as they just add on to
How
their
are you
big
today?
lead.
Doing good. Your dress looks so cute. Pretty in pink. Pretty in pink. Pink and flowers. Naya, you are wearing your flowers today.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
97.
Lamb will go in motion.
Blue. Claws red. Ready.
Working from the gun. Lance. That is caught. Schoonmaker.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Come on, set.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready.
On first down, Lance.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
a big seam, and he might go all the way.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Slide for the PAT.
Oh, you got the screen.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Get off the couch, buddy.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter and a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
A lot of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Here's Lance. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. Now Lance again. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is,